Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League Kickoff Classic, our second series of the day now, ready to rock and roll. The Los Angeles Guerrillas versus Seattle Surge, and we are excited to get into this one. Our first series, pretty much, it was a blast, right? 3-0, it was done. This one should be a little bit more spicy chance. What do we think, my friend? Will this be a bit more of a tighter affair?
I think this is one of those series that, like, for the first one, and specifically for New York, you cannot draw any conclusions from what we just saw. For this one, we are going to get a pretty good indication of at least where these teams are at right now. Admittedly, only one series, but we also get some flavor for, like, play styles, for example. What is the pacing going to look like for a team like Seattle, where Prestinni used to playing at a blistering pace, paired with guys like Gunless, who he's back with, or an Octane, and now we get to see some indication of exactly how they're going to mesh together.
Yeah, well, we talked about this very, very briefly at the start of the show, but roster mania is one of the craziest things about the off-season. We have a small video now showing how the LAG went through all of it together.
It was a brutal year kind of from the get-go. A team that never clicked, a team that never really found its true form. As far as beating teams, never really happened.
Based on our results last year, it wasn't that much of a surprise for me that they were going for a complete overhaul.
I think Vivid is such a great player. I feel like he's going to be doing really well in the next couple of years.
For me to play my best, I need to know that my teammates are doing like everything in their power to make the team better. With a coaching staff of like Evils and Ricky, I know I'm going to have good coaches. I'm going to have coaches that work hard, coaches that really study the game. And do what they're supposed to do. Regardless of how the last 2 years went for anybody, we're still the current 4v4 champions. I should be captain. You know, I'm the longest running player on the team by far.
We're gonna work very hard to make this year different than the last. Myself and the former world champs, I like where we sit as a team, and we're gonna make it different.
Almost a brand new look for the Los Angeles Guerrillas, and again, aBeZy. Look at his last season stats there. S&D KD not too bad overall. I mean, not an easy year to be had, that's got to be said, but aBeZy pops up every single time he comes to champs. That's what he does. He's a fantastic player in his own right. World champs, you name it. I'm very excited to see what he can bring to this roster. I mean, aBeZy, he's a father. He's a daddy, quite literally, Chance.
Absolutely, and you think the dad strength, I don't know how that like integrates into Call of Duty skill, but he is one of those players that is sort of setting the tone of what dads can do in this league. Of course, though, as you mentioned, last year was the roughest of his career. We're looking for a bounce back, because the man is a two-time world champion. He is currently playing with guys that he won a chip with, so he's looking for that bounce back. And again, we talked about redemption. He's looking for a ton of that. His stock is probably the lowest maybe it's been in his career for quite some time, but there's not too much you can gain from last year. We want the bounce back from aBeZy. We want aBeZy in the mix.
aBeZy now going up against the Seattle Surge, another squad who have looked to right the wrongs of what was a very, very difficult inaugural season here in the Call of Duty League. It wasn't great. It wasn't great. You all saw it. But there's a chance here. There's a chance to turn this around. Overall, not fantastic. Fourth overall in Don, though. That's the real standout there. And again, there were memes after memes about teams milking each other for points. At one point, LAG with a cow. At one point, Seattle with a farmer. It changed all about. But now we can right the wrongs of what was a very difficult season for both of those teams. And we'll see what can come through with this one, Chance. But this roster is fascinating to me, man. I mean, you brought this up. You were like, dude, these guys, I mean, what? Prestinni he benched himself, Gunless got benched, Loony got benched, you know, Octane was the only one who was like, I'm still on a roster here, and everyone was like, well, Sam needs help, we need to help Octane find some kills. It's bizarre, it's fascinating, it's wonderful. I'm interested to see what this squad can really bring, mate. Chance, Seattle Surge, what have you got?
I think the ultimate story to just like hammer in as quickly as possible is this is a team that they need early success. Like maybe not necessarily today, but once the season really starts going, if they struggle off the rip, this is a team a lot of people look at and think that they just might collapse based on like chemistry and like out of game stuff. It's players like Gunless who can have a hot head that if he is not winning and everyone doing like their absolute best, the teams can fall apart, the players can get in their heads. So it is incredibly important that they start off strong.
Well, we've talked enough about them, but why don't we now meet the Seattle Surge? Gunless, Loony, Octane, Prestinni. What a roster this is. And I'm glad you brought up, you know, that interesting fact about Gunless, their chance that, you know, he can have a bit of a hothead. He can be a little bit too passionate. But I feel like the brains across that squad, again, he's got a history with Loony there. I mean, Octane's a player who can keep things calm and cool. Prestinni, man, he's a passionate guy. I mean, this is a very, I feel like this is a squad that could have a really great boiling point. I mean, they could blow up at any minute if it was like a powder keg, or they could be the Avengers. And they could go huge, and they could be disgusting. But their opponents, the LAG, of course, aBeZy, Assault, Silly, Vivid, world champions in their own right, and Vivid managing to hold on to that spot from that first season of MW.
For good reason, too. Absolutely the standout player for the latter half of the year. His search and destroy game last year was genuinely towards the top of the league. He looked incredible. So now we get the opportunity to see if he can continue it. But in a sense, for the Guerrillas, the rest of the roster should be very comfortable with each other, right? Assault and Silly have been playing together for a very long time. And with the addition of aBeZy, they won a world championship together. So like they have that sort of foundation with awareness of each other as teammates there. And the same can be said for Seattle. Prestinni and Gunless effectively got their kickstart into the pro scene together when they came up with eUnited, so they have that chemistry. And then Loony and Octane, teammates from back in the day. Octane has been very open and honest about it. Used to just hate teaming with Loony because Loony, one of the smartest players in the league, has an incredibly good concept of what he likes to do on the map. And there just wasn't enough maturity in the early days for those two players to get along, but that is in years past. Now they are excited to be back together. And I think this is just a team with just an absolute ton of potential. I mean, again, Gunless, he's been the best player at any given point for the past few years, but it never stays for a long time. Octane, arguably the best AR. People were saying that in a year where he was constantly just getting bullied out. He still was able to be thought of as impressive.
Well, here we go, where it's a treat. It's a raid hard point. And already, the kills are flowing. Very, very excited to see how both these teams can shake off what was a tough year, and what a great way to get it done against each other. LAG finding those first 3 kills. Nice way to start getting the points going. Look at the mid-map control as well for Los Angeles Guerrillas. That's going to be number 8. That's going to be aBeZy, the aBeZy, right there on your screen. Finding them shots through the wall. Loony's gone. Loony takes Octane with him. A mistake, no doubt. But so far, nice start there from the Guerrillas.
Yeah, you know, maybe not the early chemistry we were looking to see from the squad, the team kill coming through, but either way, the approach over towards this ring hill, well, Octane maybe just able to do a little bit by himself in the moment. The nade's going to take him down, but you see what the Guerrillas are trying to do. They have 3 players making sure that they handle the rotation to next. They were not nearly as concerned about this ring time in Vivid, winning a very nice gunfight towards the middle of the map. You see the spread that they have. 2 players for right now, the LA Guerrillas sitting around the middle of the map. aBeZy doing what he can to find some kills, and even when they fall, still 10 seconds have gone by. Now you know those gunfights purely coming from the front of the kitchen.
Right through the front. Still finding one in the back, still getting them done as well. And Loony and Gunless making them through money now. Still making quick work of both of them. That's going to be that. Nice hold, aBeZy from the front line. And once again, it's going to be that AR of Assault, XM4. We'll talk about it time and time again. It's going to be a great weapon throughout the rest of but the rest of Cold War's life cycle. Seen plenty more of them go. And aBeZy, again, of course, getting to stick it to the old org. Octane takes him down there. Not a bad start whatsoever for Los Angeles Guerrillas. Seattle Surge still playing from the back foot. A bit of time here to be had. Prestinni, this is going to be a 1v3 situation. He's going to get himself out of that one. Rotation's already underway, but Vivid, he's the only player here for LAG in a position to maybe make some damage. How much time can he buy? Not enough. Gunless finds the big win there.
And we're looking for a full 60 on this hill if you're Seattle Surge, obviously because they're down in the game, but because of how good of a setup and how much time they had to get exactly what they want. A couple players are going to fall, though, and you see that weight room is open. aBeZy already through. Octane's going to be looking for him, but 2 players on the cross. First one dealt with, and at the very least, contest time coming through. Maybe just a little bit, but not the worst thing for the Guerrillas. Now you got a couple errant players trying to just do a little bit of damage. Silly working his way through the front. Not a ton for him to find, and so far, so good. Very stable hold for the Surge.
Vivid now to the front, can't get it done. That's pretty much that. You can chalk it now, look towards next. Left-hand side of the minimap now starting to lock on up. The LAG will do what they can to take care of this next bit of time. Prestinni, he's going to lead the charge. Loony just behind him here, and on the top side of the map is going to be Octane, locking that one down. This is a good hold, a good bit of time, able to get much more closer. As the final 10 roll out, basketball court about to pop wide open, and it is going to be Silly there, the first player in on the fight. Battle now raging inside kitchen, and here we go. Prestinni the first to go down. Loony finds another one. aBeZy there picks up the pair of them. Wonderful work coming out of LAG. They will retain control for now.
And just a very strong setup on the rotation. Now you got two players worried about the front side of basketball. Silly going to be leading that charge. And the other two players in kitchen, Assault and aBeZy, able to pick up 2 apiece. And you can see just the presence kitchen is going to have. Now Assault can go for the rat back as those players in the front. Octane doing a nice job to at least find one, but the setup too strong. Nice little hold here from the Guerrillas. And in my mind, this is a team that if they're able to get the setups that they want, they will have a great deal of success.
Here we go. Lining up for another push. Seattle Surge now starting to wind up. Loony trying to find something from up top. Assault's going to find one. He's hurt real bad. Gets a lot of damage out though as LOG managed to find a few more kills. And Silly still holding that time. Octane and Gunless, the assault rifles working in the backside there. But this has been a fantastic hold here on basketball court. LAG starting to pull this one away from them. Now we go back smack bang in the middle of the map. Over towards Tree. And Octane trying to lock down this side of this. Upstairs by pillars, and Assault goes down as well. It's not quite 3 for LaRue, but he will get a couple more there. Hardpoint flips wide open into the hands of Seattle Surge. How long can they hold it for a chance? There's a lot of lanes to cover here.
Well, Loony right now, he's just wasting the time at 2 different players. He gets taken down by Ring, but his teammates have filled in the slots. Octane now responsible for this side of the map, and you see he knows, just needs to waste that time. Assault's going to get hunted down. Prestinni, beautiful teamwork coming in from Surge. The only thing right now open is pull steps. Octane knows it, immediately wins the gunfight, and this hold's still very strong. Another player trying to flood in through pool steps. We already know Octane's watching that. Meanwhile, you try to come through kitchen. Gunless knows exactly where to look. Talk about a hill, maybe getting a full 60 on. That was on Tree that the Surge was able to put in quite a bit of work. The bounce back that they absolutely need. Of course, though, with just 10 seconds left, you're setting up for new. And well, Octane, he's been over towards Ring that entire time. Ready for that next set of gunfights.
See, just at the top-down view, so many angles, basically 4 different positions you could be hit from in that hard point. Silly now trying to creep his way in. Finds the first. It's a bit of a creep. And he creep. Keep going here. Vivid now starting to reinforce. Loony by the white van. Octane and Gunless starting to make their way in off of spawn. It's that player towards Zig. It's on aBeZy. He's got a big role to play here. He's going to take on those players in mid. And it looks like we may see it in the kill feed. It's a 1v2. He's holding them back while the contest comes through from Loony. aBeZy managed to find one in the mid. Loony still going here. And that was a long contest. But LAG just about come out on top. Assault with a big win from Top Laundry. With that, buying a ton of space. Silly trying to keep the fire there going with a 74U at the front line. And I'm loving what I'm seeing out of the LAG.
And this is a beautiful rotation potentially coming in with like 35 seconds left. Vivid already started wrapping over towards money just to make sure that they can keep that kitchen side of thing. And actually a big gunfight going down. Prestinni wins a massive one over towards basketball, potentially to open things up for the team. That's who Silly's going to look for. But Prestinni by himself in this situation, trying to make some hero plays just for the rotation at the Guerrillas. They've put up a massive 80-point lead so far. And Guerrillas with those back spawns, well, maybe they'll be able to overwhelm shortly. Finally deal with Prestinni. Now they can flood the hill.
It's a beautiful bit of bait and switch there. Lovely teamwork coming out of Silly and aBeZy there. Now the break in towards the backside of kitchen. Prestinni's trying to get in from the front, but LAG have just come in and stole this one. Prestinni on the front. Trying to buy some time, get the reinforcements through. See those players from spawn now lining up through mid. Silly in the side of the kitchen. You got money taken care of. Prestinni now trying to crawl his way through, and it's just broken glass and shells all over the floor there. And Assault lines them up, finds himself 2. That's a great bit of work. And again, a good hold. Guerrillas not letting this one go whatsoever. Over to the dad himself, aBeZy now. Trying to make the charge in on towards the next. He's basically got to win the rotation alone. It's like a 1v3 situation right now. Prestinni watching on the left-hand side. And aBeZy can slay out. If he can stay quiet, he can use this position and make a play happen here just as they go towards the break. But chance, it's going to take a bit of time. Silly's going to try and lead the charge. That could well be it. Here comes the peeks. Here comes the pokes. aBeZy finds a big one onto his former teammate. Up to Prestinni next. And the trade's not quite there yet. Prestinni now lying this one alone. Finally goes down. And there is one player left of Surge. It's on Loony. You can clean him out and you can call the hard point yours.
Dude, and all of that was set up because of aBeZy on the rotation. He maybe got 2 kills the entire time, but that started with 35 seconds left on the kitchen hill that aBeZy started making these plays, wins big gunfights, and he made sure that he doesn't take any gunfights he doesn't need to until his teammates have set up to block all the spawns. It allows them to get that break. That is clinical work from the veteran. It gives them the early dub, 251-23 in a dominant, clinical, stagnant at times performance That is just some classic Call of Duty right there,
That's some class right there. Shout out again to aBeZy. What a great play towards the end there. And the Guerrillas will take map 1 over Surge. Gotta feel kind of good, right? For aBeZy, gotta feel kind of good. You gotta be enjoying that one. Former teammates, former org, you give them a loss like that. That was a good one. But still, a lot to be said there about the Guerrillas, man. I mean, we didn't touch on this too much, but again, the former world champ teammates like aBeZy, Assault, and Silly. I don't think you can have any more possible trust in your teammates unless you go all the way to a world championship and win it. You're like, well, these guys, I know I can trust these guys. I know we can go all the way. Love to see that one. That's going to be the stats on screen. 751 overall. Loving that stat, by the way. Very, very interesting to see how long each game goes. Good for scheduling. Kills all around. 20 and 16 there for Rap. And then again, everyone, pretty much everyone there on Seattle Surge. Struggle streak. Octane 17 and 17 overall. But apart from that, it was a difficult run, man. That was a great start from Los Angeles Guerrillas, Chance.
And it really is a team, again, if they're able to get their setups, I think they're just going to be on point. They're going to be very professional. This team will be incredibly prepared. I can't remember the last time we've seen a team when they get like a clean 4 down when they're holding the hill, not just push out and fly and look for the gunfights. When they were on that basketball hill, they got the nice wipe. The 2 players in basketball were like, hey, we're here. We don't need to go anywhere. These gunfights are perfect for us. Hopefully I can still be heard, but either way, the Guerrillas completely on point with the setup. Almost completely mistake-free. They looked great.
Well, we lost Chance. I think I'm gonna call that retribution for leaving me hanging, brother, on that high five. We're talking about Prestinni versus Gunless here. I mean, this is their performances last season again on their respective teams. Honestly, man, I mean, these aren't bad. This is a very, very handsome-looking roster on paper. Again, reminiscent of squads we've seen in the CDL, even the CW oftentimes past, where like you put these superstar great players on a single roster together, you give a big brain player like Loony there to keep watch over all of them, and as long as you put the time in, as long as you take care of the problems, everything works out in the end. But still a little bit of growing to see from Seattle Surge. Not the best start there against the LA Guerrillas. It does sound like my co-caster, my good friend, and my partner in crime, Chance. He has DC for now. We'll get him back online ASAP. I miss him already. He's the guy that should be doing solo casting, I can't lie. Oh, looks like he's back. Is that my guy right there?
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure I'm back. I think my audio was here the whole time too. I think the camera just shut off.
Okay.
Anyway, doesn't matter. Guerrillas look great the entire hardpoint, and I think on the flip side for Seattle, a little bit of a struggle. I think the only moments of life they had, like one good garage hill. Prestinni tried to make a couple hero plays on the second set of rotation towards Kitchen, but there wasn't as much of like that is clean, efficient, great Call of Duty gameplay. They just didn't get many opportunities. They never put themselves in those positions. That is not a fun first map that they have to go through, but hey, maybe search and destroy. They were the worst team in the league at it last year. Maybe this is their year.
Nice way to turn it around. We're going to talk Octane now. He was on the tips of everyone's tongues for many reasons. As not just a controversial figure of social media, but an absolute unit on the map. Sam LaRue, and true gifted individual when it comes to the game. Fantastic Call of Duty brain, a fun YouTube channel as well. You name it, the man does it all. Snipes. I mean, Octane last year, like it was a bit of a one-man show, and I think that really hindered the team at times, but you cannot doubt that the man was an absolute monster.
Well, I mean, let's also get this out of the way. Saying it's a one-man show is genuinely disrespectful to the rest of his teammates. I think we're all aware in that regard. But there is not a single person outside of like a random YouTube commenter that thinks Octane is not one of the most skilled players in the world. Everyone expects him to win his ones. The gun skill is on point. However, it is sort of looming over his head. He does have that potential narrative swing of it going the other way and being like, well, he just plays for kills. He's not putting his teammates in the best spots, and he's not the type of AR that is getting wins. Like, as good as he looked as an individual, they were still at the very bottom of the league last year. If they don't turn it around, the narrative is going to change on him very quickly. So the pressure absolutely on this team for the individual's sake as well for the team's sake. So I just don't want to get too far ahead of myself, gassing the man up until he starts getting some wins.
I respect that, man. I respect that a lot. But I think the situation with the roster in this season was you're trying to build around Octane. You're trying to do that, I think, last year as well. I don't know what the conversations were like for Seattle Surge, but you know, he is this great talent. You are trying to build a roster around it. But let's see how the rest of the maps play out here. Our maps and modes is going to be a raid S&D. Love that raid. Garrison control from that. Number 3, a Moscow hardpoint. Excited to see that one. I'm sure you saw the tips and tricks video, the little tour that Nameless and Merc put us through. That was the D-Light. And of course, Garrison search and destroy. Should we have to go all the way? Who knew that Maven worked in a bank through the off season? Not me. I texted him quite a lot and didn't know that about him. You really be your bros. So excited to see how the search goes down, Chance. And again, A lot of promise for that Seattle Surge roster. I truly believe it. Again, high ceiling if ever we've seen one. But LAG, they're looking comfy. They're looking clean. They're looking like they know what they're doing, and they're looking to have a good time. Let's see if they can't steal another one here on Raid.
And I would say, especially so for the Guerrillas, like this is not a roster that when you look at, it does not like put fear in your heart, right? It's not like these are the guys that are world starring everybody constantly. But when you think about the switch to 4v4, when you think about just the switch of the type of game we have compared to last year, this could be a team that ends up going, just like being incredibly impressive, incredibly strong. You have to harp on the fact that, again, world champs in the last 4v4 game we had. And of course, Vivid, maybe a little bit of pressure on him to continue the types of performance we saw last year as a very aggressive push towards B's coming out.
Man, so aggressive. And the way this is played out, I mean, we're going to see Seattle Surge try to retake from the center of the map. aBeZy, bomb in hand. They were looking to find kills, but it looks like Seattle Surge, the tactical retreat, they managed to keep their lives intact. Oh, great angle from Loony. Takes care of Assault. That's first blood. Bomb will go down, though. Slight reshuffle, and there's a perfect 2-2 split as Vivid. He's now in a world of trouble. Cellium and aBeZy now lined up. They were all very closely hunched. Can Cellium find a pick onto Loony? Tags are there. Immediate reposition. I like this, but I think he may have just let Prestinni slip through. That aggression coming through now. Just over 20 seconds left on the bomb, and Prestinni started to make this look a lot easier. aBeZy managed to win in the back. The bomb site is not quite safe yet. It's on Vivid now. And Prestinni wins another big one. He's got himself just over 10 seconds to jump on the bomb. Last player left alive, and aBeZy stays alive. He may not get the kill, but he's going to get the round. Big round from app.
Oh, just too clean from him. And again, just that veteran type of play and knowledge. He knows that Prestinni just killed his teammate over towards the van. He knows that the 7.5 seconds to get the defuse have not gone by. Takes his time, plays it perfectly, goes out for the challenge. And talk about just being in a delicate situation. Goes from one shot, Gunless, not quick enough on the challenge. Apparently, aBeZy did this entire thing by himself. What the hell, man?
That was sick.
Didn't even realize how delicate that was for him. But talk about a hell of a round. Stays alive the entire time. Loony not even expecting to get shot. I assumed he was thinking Gunless was going to be there for the trades. But either way, aBeZy able to throw up 3 kills, win the round. And that's in spite of the first blood that Loony was able to get.
Nasty. Next round. Oh, aBeZy keeping it going. First blood right off the rip. Does that creep to work? Same for information. Looks like Loony is going to get the bomb down. Almost there. No, he doesn't get it down. Vivid, he comes out of nowhere. And with that, we are in trouble. It's a 3v2 right now. Seattle Surge, Octane and Gunless doing what they can to pull this one back. Cellium and aBeZy versus Octane versus Gunless. Cellium and app now, moving on towards that B-bomb site. You know the bomb was down there, so that you have to go see these players of Seattle Surge go for the retake. And they're going to take the scenic route. The good news is Cellium has the back covered, that left-hand side of the map. aBeZy watching throughout the center. He has eyes on the bomb site. He does have to worry about that art room to the right-hand side and the driveway. But it looks like Octane and Gunless, they're going to commit through mid, maybe through kitchen now.
Either way, they've taken a lot of time to do this. Cellium's been back here waiting the entire time, has the information, does the smart thing. If you got bombed down, you're not in a hurry. The pressure's on the other team, so Octane and Gunless start to make these moves around the back with just 20 seconds on the clock, and you see what the Guerrillas are doing. They've just gone. They still have bomb control over towards Art. One player sitting in ring, and Octane doesn't know where to look. You gotta go. You got 10 seconds.
Gotta go, find the kills, and that's it. Guerrillas cut them down. It was scorched earth, man. I mean, they just let it rip. They were like, sure, you can have laundry. Yeah, no worries, we'll back on up. We're gonna make sure we have one eye on the bomb site at all times, and that was that. Big brain plays coming out of the former world champs. Dude, aBeZy once again, what a great round. Like, could we stop singing his praise? Once he stops playing fantastically, then maybe we will. A nice round. Surge, just so hard for them to make anything work out there.
I mean, aBeZy alone in these 1.5 maps that we've seen is making some of the smarter plays than we've seen in years past, just because the game allows for it. It's so beautiful, and I'm not going to get over this, dude. I'm just excited for the year at this point. Year, baby. Either way, only 2 rounds up. As now you got the spread from Guerrillas just playing for picks. And well, again, if there's one thing we do not doubt about Octane, it's his ability to win long-range gunfights. The shred machine for the first blood.
Yeah, he found the silver bullets for the beast that was aBeZy there. Octane and Loony now just trying to reinforce the site, keep everything all stable. Vivid Moving on over. aBeZy's going to be bringing up the bomb just behind them there, so it is going to be an A plant. You still have to worry about the coverage that the Seattle Surge has got. Prestinni, that's a wonderful kill just from the back. Slows this right down, gives a lot more information out. But again, Seattle Surge are not completely buying that A is the play. They're still having those defenders towards the B site as well. Gunless, he and Prestinni now. aBeZy's trying to make the poke. Nice work from Assault. Finds one. Gunless now going to make his way forward. Assault going up against Gunless. Down, and that's going to be a very tough situation for aBeZy to be in a 1 versus 2. 20 seconds remaining. They can keep one eye on the bomb site. That could well be it. aBeZy, can you find 2 kills in 15 seconds? There's the first. The second one could be there if aBeZy repeats. He's going to go straight to the bomb. Final 10 seconds. And here we go. Loony. He's going to check that bomb. And this could be it. There it is. Played perfectly. Loony. Nerves of steel and a brain to boot. Fantastic round there from Surge. The chance? Did it get shaky? Bro, it got pretty shaky.
No, honestly, it didn't. If I was in Loony's hands and I was the one playing the game right there, it would have gotten shaky because I would have shot immediately to try to get those trades. Loony knows there's 7 seconds left on the clock. He has to go for the trades. He has no idea where I am. I'll just wait until he plants the bomb to take the free gunfight. Because again, Loony, it cannot be understated. One of the smartest Call of Duty players in the league. I'm very happy to have him back. And that is the type of plays that he is going to bring to the table. Because obviously when we're on board with aBeZy, he is still checking back towards Mansion. He's looking at the pull steps flank. He never knew where he was. The trigger discipline, OP. And helps Seattle Surge get their first win. Or round win, I should say.
Octane with that first blood. Ooh, Loony making it look very, very comfortable so far for Seattle Surge. It's on Assault and aBeZy now. Worried about the bomb push towards A. But again, that 2-2 split, we've seen Seattle Surge play this a few times. Gunless and Octane working together. Loony now and Prestinni making their way in towards B. B's a wide open site. Assault can check it. Not super easy to watch it. We'll see how this one goes. Now the commit. In on towards B. Assault has one opportunity to find this, and that's it. Prestinni, right place, right time. Beautiful timing. Octane's going to lie in wait. Seattle Surge, another squeaky round for them, tied up 2-2.
And a beautiful round of search. Again, Octane wins his one off the opening break. And actually what that does is aBeZy is much more concerned because Vivid's calling out, hey, there's at least 2, if not 3, over towards Mansion. The A site has now been given up. I need some help. So aBeZy feels obligated to try to make a play. He tries to go on the flank, and the bait was set up perfectly. Loony just lying in wait with that trap set to get the next kill, and then a nice little rotation over towards the B site in thereafter, but just nice control of the map, nice rotations coming through. Potentially more AR gunfights coming from top AR from aBeZy.
Prestinni, beautiful shots, 6 and 2 overall for him. Now the pressure's starting to mount over towards this B site. aBeZy trying to find something here. Assault brought the AR down to the lower end of the circle. Oh my god, the shots there. aBeZy's just trying to create something. Trying to create an opportunity right now for his squad. You still have aBeZy watching the flank as well, so I mean, it's tough. He's got to watch the flank. He's trying to provide the help here towards top laundry. And with that, a lot of gunfights, a lot of shots being had, but not a lot of progression. Assault's now trying to make something happen here.
He's creeping up, but again, even just the idea of trying to plant this bomb, you need top laundry control or mid-map control. Right now, they have neither. The trade on Octane not coming through yet. aBeZy's going hunting, but Prestinni, perfect timing from the middle of the map. He gets traded, but aBeZy by himself, and just like that, round done and dusted. And shout out to Prestinni, made it happen. Gets the first blood through the middle of the map, and he just knows he needs to stay in the position. You would Assault and aBeZy doing the right thing. You need laundry control to try to get that bomb down, but as they go for the move, it's just unfortunate. aBeZy, he can't watch everything for the boys. And Prestinni going large. 8 kills to his name.
Great 3-kill round. See what Seattle Surge can bring now on offense. We're going to go right through the middle, it looks like, with that bomb. Loony looking to find something here. Octane bringing the AR close. Look at this angle just from this doorway all the way to that left-hand side of the laundry building. Looks like Prestinni's made it in. Finds the first. Assault's in trouble. Prestinni looking dangerous. Such aggression right now. Tags him from the side. He may be able to get away with his life here. A fantastic nade from Vivid up over the top. And with that, you just about stop it. But man, the damage has been done. Another brilliant round from Prestinni. aBeZy in a 1v3 situation now. This could be tough. Slow and steady. He's crept forward. There's the angle. Can he find it anymore? Trade should come through immediately. Seattle Surge back to back to back. 4-2 now, chance. Drowning him out.
And this is just beautiful work once again from Prestinni. Trusts himself to win a gunfight so easily that he stopped shooting just a moment before, but comes and picks up the second kill. And then, of course, the spot that Vivid had to put himself in basketball just to take down Prestinni, he trapped himself on the right side. That allows Gunless to come over towards cover and get the trade. 4 rounds in a row from the Surge, 2 rounds in a row where Prestinni has absolutely been that guy. We'll see if he can keep it going as, of course, the A push coming through from the Guerrillas. Octane's going on the wide peak from outer. Might have a gunfight here very quickly. That's what aBeZy is looking for, but a little shark in the water. They do not have that information on Prestinni laying down in that corner.
Octane's quite far out. Wouldn't have seen too much. Huke dries himself off, rehydrates. Oh, Octane poked out a little too far there and took a couple of tickles, but with that, bomb going down at A. Slow and steady retake now. Actually, maybe nothing slow about it. Prestinni, he is that guy. Finds the first blood. Nade's not good enough. 6 HP. I mean, his life flashed before his eyes and it was Raid. You can tell he's a COD fan. 30 seconds remaining. So he's got to hold this position. Prestinni tagged up heavily. Here comes the trade. Loony and Gunless make their way through. The kills are looking sweet. Vivid, what are you going to do? Nothing. Cut down in flames. Prestinni on the defuse. What a search it's been from this man.
Oh my God, that was beautiful. I mean, from the entire team as well. Prestinni does get that like opening play. And again, they did not have the information that he was laying down in the corner. And of course, just to get the first kill, but the important part for him is as soon as he gets it, he's not looking around for more information. He's not looking for a second gunfight. He slides back into his corner, his little home, and just tries to stay alive. And that buys his teammates all the time in the world to swarm through mid-map. You know all the pressure is going to be coming through either the steps or they're going to be at back mansion, and you get the job done. Clinical stuff right now from Seattle Surge, looking phenomenal on Raid.
I think there was a lot of talk about how this team should be really good at search, and we are not disappointed whatsoever. However, aBeZy straight to the front line. 1, 2, woohoo! What a start! It's like, I've had enough of this. Fun and game's over. However, it's a 2v2 now. The ARs of Octane and Gunless make their way forward, going up against Vivid and Assault. And it's a big old wrap. Again, that scenic route. Assault's read it, though. Yeah. Get to the back. Make sure they don't hit this. Timing could be good. Timing could be great. Assault's smart enough to back up.
I said this is the exact same situation as before. Just 2 different players from the Guerrillas, but Octane and Gunless working the exact same route. They have so much more time on the clock, but you see Guerrillas responding in the exact same way. They know that they have the bomb down over towards Ring. They felt the pressure coming in through Laundry. Now Vivid has mid-map control. He's playing the deep corner to watch mid and kitchen. And they just know. They know exactly where Surge are. He's going on the wrap. He wants to get Laundry control on the flank. Might be perfect. I don't know if Gunless will be aware.
Vivid, he's sprinting by. Hello. 20 seconds remaining. Gunless in a 1v2. If you can find the kills, great. He's got to play fast, though. Checking corners. Are they going to peek it? Most likely not. They know the bomb's down on the site. Another beautiful round. Fantastic execution from the LA Guerrillas. Oof. No time like the present at 5-3. This is map point. Seattle Surge.
And it really was just great decision-making, too, because if Vivid doesn't go on the flank, and pretty much if he doesn't get it at that exact time, if Octane gets the bomb planted for top Laundry and Gunless is up there, it becomes near impossible to win that round. The fact that he was able to time it perfectly, because I'm thinking if you got the cuts to mid-map, you can swing through and just try to look at the bomb from there, but he goes for the commitment, and the rotational battles from the Guerrillas have been on point. Unfortunately, First Blood's in dealing with Prestinni a little bit less so, as of course Surge still 1 round away. Prestinni, though, he's the one that gets picked off. Massive kill from Silly. 3rd time the charm from top up.
Ooh, Loony with a nice response. It's literally hit and run. Oh boy. No running now. Octane has started to gun him. Loony still trying to control mid. aBeZy, in and out he goes. Great movement. Gunless in mid. Can't quite win it. That could be it. That could be it. Silly now in a 1v2. Almost getting the kill, but it was almost that. 6-3. Seattle Surge are going to tie up the series, and you love to see it. What an exciting matchup that was. Oh boy, we got a series chance. We got a series.
If we do. And again, it's great to see as well, because when you're talking about the Surge again, early success is important. Granted, on day one, maybe not as much so, because it's not like CDL points are on the line, but they still need to make sure that they get a pretty good feel for things. Getting bullied on the hard point is not ideal, but a strong bounce back in the Surge puts a little bit more wind in their sails. Maybe try to carry that into control and see what they can do.
Here is our stats from that lovely Search and Destroy. Prestinni was that guy. 11 and 6 overall, some incredibly decisive plays. Honestly, for a lot of players who are looking to improve their Search and Destroy game, go back, watch what he did, look at his positioning. Wonderful, wonderful stuff there, whether it's his management of the in-game clock and just wonderful decision-making all around. You love to see it. Raid, what a fun map to watch. We've had a bit of everything today. Control, hardpoint, Search, and I'm looking forward to much, much more. Well, that's it. 1-1 in the series so far, Chance. And, well, he's gone again, bless him. But that's 1-1 in the series so far. And, mate, I'm stoked. If you can hear me, and I hope you can, brother, sort your camera out, but I think it's all me now. But what a great series we have so far. Again, we are still waiting for that control. Coming up just after that, we're going to look at quick scope now. Again, stats are plenty for you boys and girls. We've had an entire year of Call of Duty action. This was the Los Angeles Guerrillas last season. These were their ranks overall. And again, not ideal in their hardpoint KD. That's their dead last. But the Search and Destroy KD, second place. So this really was a team that was struggling to find itself, really struggling to find its place within the league. And I mean, Chance, as far as I'm concerned, they're looking better already than they did at the start of last season.
Absolutely. I mean, of course, we have to see a ton of matchups before we really get to see what the lay of the land of the professional scene is going to be. And obviously, all of those stats, it's more from like the organizational standpoint. A lot of these rosters are mismatched, right? You even have players that were on Seattle, now on the Guerrillas, almost vice versa as well. So it'll be an interesting thing to see as these like plays, teams start to develop. We'll even be able to see teams with like unique play styles, like Prestinni, the guy that's making the hero plays for the squad, or the super controlled, tight-knit way that the Guerrillas have tried to orchestrate themselves. It's going to be a beautiful year, Miles. Again, I know we're only like 5 maps into it, but I'm incredibly excited for what we see.
We're pumped, mate. Again, your Seattle Surge quickscope there. A long and very tumultuous season for that squad, but again, excited to see what they can bring here. Tied up 1-1 in the series. We're going to take a quick break now. We have an interview with Ashley Glasswell. Lottie's going to be taking care of that one. Very, very excited to see where the rest of the series goes. We hope you're sitting comfortably. Link your account. Get them sweet drops. We'll be right back after this break.
Ashley, it is so good to have you here catching up. Now, of course, it is a brand new year. It's a brand new season here at CDL, and we have a brand new game. How are you feeling about it, girl?
I'm so stoked, honestly, and I mean this genuinely. I have never been more excited for a competitive Call of Duty like season, year, game, whatever you want to call it. You know, we got a really good game this year with Cold War. I truly believe competitively it's such a good game, and I'm super stoked. You know, we've got the second year of CDL coming up, and I just you know, the first year had its challenges, but it was overall a really good time, and I'm super stoked for season 2 here.
You know, we're only into our second season of the Call of Duty League. So, you know, the fan base has so much potential to grow. So what do you see as the evolution of that?
I see the evolution of the fan base growing in a really positive way. I mean, you look at Call of Duty, this is the most popular game. Like, I've been playing this game for so long. It's my number one. I've, you know, so many people even that I used to play Call of Duty with back in the day, like they're coming back into this series. And I think it's really important for us to capture, you know, those, because everyone plays Call of Duty. You ask anybody who, even if they don't play, they know about it. And so I think it's really important to just take almost like a piece of pop culture is what it's become at this point, and bringing the awareness to the fact that there is a competitive scene for this. We're growing. There's a whole league for it, and it's, you know, it's an ultimate form of competition. So I think it's amazing.
Absolutely. And I just want to know, obviously, from, you know, the standpoint of being involved so heavily in Minnesota, and really like kind of reaching out to the state and asking for that kind of that love and appreciation that you guys have built upon last year. What do you think it takes to make Minnesota proud of your franchise, of what you guys are building with your team, and really embrace it?
Well, I think, you know, as I said before, like Minnesotans really gravitate towards their sports teams. And we don't have a long history of championships in Minnesota, right? And so, you know, we bring that fierce hunger for competitions, championships, and that winning spirit. Like, we do want to bring that so badly to Minnesota so that we can start to, you know, reshape the hearts of Minnesotans, and the fact that, yes, they're loyal to the team, but the team also does really well. That's really important to us. And that's why, you know, we've come out with a great roster for the 2021 CDL season. We're super stoked to get those guys out there. And, you know, aside from winning, like obviously that helps and that's good, but it's about creating that connection with the fan base and doing it in a genuine way. I think that's one of the keys that we utilize here is, you know, making sure that we're staying connected, doing regular stuff. You know, if we can't do stuff in person, like we obviously can't right now, you know, we're active on the Discord, we're active doing, you know, small fan tournaments, we're hosting really cool events that maybe your favorite streamer is playing in. You know, we're trying to make sure that we're creating that connection on a consistent basis.
Now, of course, brand new season, brand new roster. Talk me through the players that you've got bringing into the CDL this season into a brand new game. I'm sure you guys are very excited to announce them here.
Yeah, we're super excited. You know, made some big roster changes, some moves in the offseason here in Minnesota Røkkr. We've got some legends on our team. You've got Attach, who's, I mean, an absolute just historic figure almost at this point in Call of Duty. You know, he's a world champion, you know, so he's got the accolade, he's got what it takes, and he's still playing at such a high level. We've also got Accuracy, super stoked to have him a part of the team. I think he does a great job, you know, obviously for his position, but also in a lot of key like leadership aspects. Accuracy is awesome. You've got MajorManiak, just like absolutely good at everything he does, it seems like, particularly with playing COD. He can run anything, and he's done pretty awesome stuff so far on the sticks. And then obviously we've got Priestahh. Priestahh is an incredible player, a standout. He is the definition of skill set when it comes to Call of Duty. He can do it all. He can, you know, entry sub, I mean, and then, you know, he's run an AR before, he's done flex before. He can do it all, and I'm excited to see them, you know, put their chemistry together this season.
Actually, I am beyond excited for this roster, honestly. On paper, these guys are gonna kill it. I am so excited to see what they bring to the table when it comes to it competitively. Honestly, thank you so much for catching up with us. I can't wait to see what your boys are going to be doing on that stage very soon. Even though it's at home, to me it's still a stage. When you get into the CDL League, it is the biggest stage of them all globally. So thank you so much, Ashley, for catching up, and best of luck in the first tournament.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Great chat there with Lottie and Midnight of Minnesota, and the Shots of Minnesota here. Man, I do miss it. We were here this time last year having a fantastic time at that launch weekend. Feels like a decade ago. But hey, quarantine has done that to all of us. Very cool things happening in Minnesota right now. Again, Røkkr, excited to see how that team performs a little bit later on. We've got a bit of a QR code for you, buddies. We've got a bit of a QR code coming up, so get your phone at the ready, unless you're watching this from your phone, in which case, I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. But there we go. Claim your free weapon sticker when you use your phone's camera to scan the QR code right now. You can also go to callofdutyleague.com/stay-connected. It's a pretty sweet one. It's a squad wipe one. It's one of many. We have some cool stuff, I promise you. Very cool. This is available until February 4th, 2021. Shots! Yeah, Surge LA Guerrillas, map number 3, coming up in just a moment. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing honestly great. Like again, I've been enjoying the Call of Duty we've seen so far. I think the one thing that I want now more than anything else is like a telestrator.
Oh,
like this is the one game where you actually have the time within the game to sit there and like cover what like the setups are, take the time on rotations. Just watching a team have full control of like a hill and a hard point and get all the kills and just like make those minute improvements to their setup, but not just completely run away from it. I just love it. It's that good classic Call of Duty feel. And this is why I think it's incredibly difficult to predict what teams are going to be the best or where exactly everybody is going to be at, because there are so many teams like both of these squads that have so much potential, Miles.
Yeah, potential is definitely a good way of looking at it. Garrison control. Here we go. Right off the rip. Interesting to see how this one will go. It's going to be LAG on offense, trying to capture. Looks like aBeZy's going to be first in there on that B point. And you know what? You know what? I've had enough of both chances. It's about time we go straight into feet first. And Astro Gaming listening with Seattle Surge.
Are you ready? You ready?
On radio, one bullet, one bullet. Get up, 3. Last guy, 4.
They're gonna be close. They're gonna be caution. They can be caution.
Yeah, I'm looking. Oh, yeah, he's already out caution. Gonna get green. Nice, get up. One. Keep investing. Stay alive, Dan. Mouse, Dan, if you can. You have green.
Water tank and vent. Sorry, water tank and vent.
Water tank weak. I can kill green. Oh, green dead, got him. Nice, one's on me.
First ups.
Naded it.
First ups.
He's
Got him.
trying to cross. We're missing that. Probably vent room.
Go dead off.
We have not killed that. I'm looking in our vent.
I just ran through vent room.
Yeah, he could be in there.
I'm front P2.
Weak. I'm looking over you. Two here. Another one here.
Clean comms from Seattle Surge with a nice start here. 25 seconds remaining right now, and the defense has been solid, Chance.
And I'll just say again, when we're talking about like Loony being a very smart player, it is some of the plays that we saw in Search and Destroy, but the communication, an even better example, just sort of like the general on the map, keeping everybody incredibly aware of where every single player is going to be, if they're crossing, what needs to get done. Loony always on point, but right now it's the Guerrillas on the actual point, a tick and a half of progression all the way through. aBeZy pushed up in lights, doesn't necessarily need the spawn kills, but want to make sure that he keeps nice and controlled. Vivid, of course, responsible for top green. Beautiful setup that they have here right now, but Prestinni with the aggression might be able to make things spicy on B.
Oh, they've got to finish B. There's the contest. Loony's in there to contest it. The clock is now let loose. 5 seconds. Get on it. Assault wins the 1v1. He wins the fight. Loony's going to keep there on the contest. 2-1. That is it. Seattle Surge, they close out a very good defensive round. And oh boy, there was a moment there where I thought we were going to get to see a little bit more of that first round Chance. Solid start from Seattle.
Great plays from aBeZy. This is what opened up the attack originally on the site, but again, it was Prestinni. You get that top green control, you can start shooting players in the back. It is incredibly delicate. That is absolutely one of the power positions that needs to be held while you're capping B. You can do it from out in green like we saw Vivid attempt to do, from Sky Tank, from over towards Caution. You do have options, but as soon as Prestinni gets through, that can just be the dagger of a round. And by the way, Prestinni, of course, having a very nice series so far.
On board now, LAG, who are going to be taking the offense here. Seeing the pressure now mounting. Surge getting finally on the point. Sorry, LAG's on defense. You know what? I've said enough. Why don't we go to a quick Astro Gaming listen in with Los Angeles Guerrillas.
Oh, green again.
One, two, flag, guys.
I didn't see green.
On plat.
Looking cat.
Winner plat. On plat.
Bump B.
Here's one shot top plat. Absolutely.
Danny's here. Danny went vent.
Yeah, vent.
Yeah, I shot cast up. One shot. And back caution. He's going P4. Preston's
on B. Can you shoot him?
He's L.
Front. I think it's P4. He could be hitting a mid. Preston. I don't see him.
I don't see him mid. Could've gone pit.
Mid takes right next to you. Ran up our side mid. No, he's still mid tank.
Tank left side.
One shot mid.
Still there. Nice.
Oh, he come back up.
Yep.
I could go vent here again.
Dude, I died a Sam back there mid.
I'm going vent.
Deep.
He's on the truck.
Got you. Top pipe here, some tan up.
I have you.
Got you. I'm gonna peek off you. Try
You press it. One shot you going. He's gonna go cast steps. He's gonna go TJHaLy.
I got you. I'm point. Yeah, I'm A side right now.
in comms, and once again, defense seems to reign supreme. Prestinni, though, does win a huge engagement. Now, finally stopping the clock. 18.7 seconds remaining. Going to go for just a brief moment there to let the nades come past, but the capture has to start working out. I mean, both teams, brilliant defense rounds so far. We've got to see a change if anyone's going to really walk away with it.
And I would say, honestly, the biggest theme was, well, there's the opening on offense that you were potentially looking for, and a 3-life lead for Seattle Surge. But Guerrillas were, at least early on, doing a fantastic job through the middle of the map, just being constantly flanking, being very annoying. But you can see Guerrillas, they know what the game plan is. They're down on lives. They're going to give up the B point to make sure that they get complete control of A. And even with the life lead, this is not an easy hill to break in the slightest. You got to deal with the players on the radar tank. You obviously, the nice little spread across the top left side of the map that the Guerrillas have. They have bricks control, they have square control, they have hill control, and the full flank is fine. Cheeky angle from aBeZy as well. Already that 3-life lead cut down to nada, nice and tied up. Seattle, they got 50 seconds to make something happen.
Yep, not a lot of time. You do get an additional minute for capturing a point. But the defense, once again, holds over towards the A zone. And here come two on the flank. They could catch these players coming off spawn. aBeZy, though, guns up, ready to take them on. Loony's going to try to continue to push these players in the back. aBeZy does manage to manage. Octane there as the reinforcements get cut down, and Vivid makes the base safe. He finds another as well, and as all these teams manage to find a way to manage one another, Gunless is still trying to keep the play alive chance. Just over 20 seconds remaining here over towards the A site, and again, you've got to go. You have to get moving. Gunless is trying to slow him down, but man, good management all round.
Yeah, you can see, not easy in the slightest. If you're trying to get to this A point and you're flooding through green, you're probably going to die, just consistently. It is not easy to get past the player that's on the radar truck. There are too many head glitches, too many angles, so it can be near impossible. So that's why Seattle was taking the time to try to go around on the full flanks. And they maybe had one opportunity. You saw the Octane try to just slip out to that side alley, make a bit of a hero play, but it got sniffed out. I think it was Vivid that caught him along the way. And if you have maybe one good opportunity to flood around the back to get clearance on the hill, if you're not able to get it, round's going to be done and dusted. So just a very respectable job on defense done by the Guerrillas, who now, of course, have the opportunity to attack.
Yeah, you got to go big on the attack. I mean, I feel like some love towards A maybe on the offense. I know it's harder to get to. You have to climb through green.
Well,
but you got to try something different, right?
A lot of what we might see a lot of is just a nice sort of spread out on offense, and you're just looking for the kills. And if you ever get the kill inside of green, or the player over by A like Gunless makes the mistake or gets gunned or pushes in too far, if that player opens up, you got a clear run towards A after that. Then you can flood through green. That's why Gunless plays it passive with an AR. His life incredibly important. But occasionally those opportunities are going to pop up. It's just about the teams recognizing when that happens and taking advantage. Because right now, of course, for the Guerrillas, they're just getting bullied out.
Yeah, this is a bullion. They're taking their lunch money. They're taking the trophies with them. Loony trying to just make that front line a little bit more safe. Silly now coming in through that caution, named after the tape. Right in front of them, you can see the push now, slowly but surely, making the way forward from Los Angeles Guerrillas. Loony can't find any more. Vivid now starting to build some pace. Assault backing him up towards the floating sky tank. He goes. Prestinni down and out. Now we've got a tiny bit of clearance to work with. Some breathing room for LAG. Gonna be one man on the point. First ticket B done. Trying to find some pressure in towards A, and it is going to be on Vivid here on your screen, trying to slow down the reinforcements. Finds one, can't quite get the second. Good shots from Loony. aBeZy on the flank. There it is. Lovely pinch. Light's position really working out for him, but he's got to dip straight back, complete the capture at B, and oh my word, he doesn't get it done. There comes one more member of LAG to just secure it. Now we fall to A. Whoop.
Again for the Guerrillas, that A control not there. They don't want to flood through a green. It looks like Assault with the AR. He's just going to stay up top, make sure that they themselves do not lose green control. If you can find a pick, that's great. And well, unfortunately for him, Prestinni takes him down, but everyone else trying to work on the full flank. Octane in the back of the map. He gets taken down by Mr. One-Shot aBeZy. And potentially some spawn kills might start coming in. You got Vivid going all the way around. Octane's prepared for it. Meanwhile, aBeZy able to find one. Gets baited out for Vivid for the second. The spawn kill's no longer needed. You can flood towards A. It's just going to be Prestinni by himself. He gets the beat down up top green, but either way, the clearance is there. Silly's around the point. Prestinni just trying to stay alive. And it's just two men for the Guerrillas on the point by themselves.
Still there. I mean, it's two men, but it's one aBeZy, and he's just slaying out right now. Still holding the line. Those 3 kills in a row were fantastic. 2 players on the point now. It's going to be a slow and steady cap. A, they finally clear it off with the death of aBeZy there. Now to Vivid. Loony making his way forward. A beautiful shot. He does manage to get the second, but Assault finds 2 as well. So now it's even Stevens here on the A point. Assault versus Octane here. as they're trying to just buy time for their teammates. Assault wins the fight straight back onto the point. Can the reinforcements get there in time?
That was a massive one-on-one just to keep at least a little bit of presence towards the point. Vivid on
My
the flank
God.
gets dealt with the pressure inside the hill, and the double nade from aBeZy. 2 ticks already through.
He finds 2 with the sticky, and now he still keeps this going. The tick's finished. Now we're over halfway through the final one. 40 seconds on the clock. Assault bringing the Crimsix to the fight now. Here comes the final push there, and that might have just been it. Vivid a little late to the party, and that's bad timing. With that death, immediate clearance there, and with that Seattle Surge, they're going to drain that final tick at A. It was so close for LAG there on offense. They've still got a shot at this. They're running low on lives in general, but they can still make this work.
And really, the game clock's more important. 20 seconds left. You got Gunless in the back. He does get taken down, so the flank is open, but only for a few seconds. You get one opportunity to make this work. Vivid wants to kill Gunless again before he makes it happen. Nice read on the back, but he gets the worst timing. He doesn't spot him out. Meanwhile, over towards the point, the time is still ticking. aBeZy needs to flood in. There's 3 players on the hill. The move is there for the slides. Octane with 2, and simply not enough time. Octane from inside the hill, getting the job done. A very delicate round for Seattle to be able to win, but Miles, they did get the job done. Ooh. Stayed true on defense.
Man, it makes you think if Vivid, he didn't even necessarily have to kill Octane, kill Gunless in that back situation. He could have just pushed on through and created another lane of attack there for the trades on towards the site. That may have changed everything, but man, what a fantastic round of control. Man, it's going to be a good year. It's going to be a very good year, I think. Here we go. Seattle Surge. Map point. And this is to take the lead in the series.
Nice little spread on offense again. Just seeing if you can play for picks. Actually, top green gets stacked up pretty hard by the Guerrillas. Vivid just hyper aggressive, trying to flood on through. Loony doesn't get the second kill, but the trade is going to be there. A couple picks do go away of Seattle Surge, but not a ton of map control. One player trying to sneak over through under vents. He's going to get picked off, and well, this is going to be more of a standard, looking for a couple kills, but no map control at all. Guerrillas, again, we saw this on their first round on defense. Just so much pressure they put through the middle of the map, through these tanks. There's so many angles you have to check, and Seattle Surge, it feels like they can't breathe, now being stuck in their own spawn.
This is ideal situation right now for LAG. Deep, taking the wind out their sails. aBeZy, hit and run, living up to the name. True guerrilla warfare, and now Loony gets involved. aBeZy with the first shots. aBeZy with a quick exchange on Octane almost gets it done there. Assault. Now he's trying to fill the gap. Trying to keep that B zone safe. 23 seconds on the clock has just been frozen as we do have Loony in there. Oh, wow. Okay. Octane just went on a big one. Vivid can't quite catch the full trade. 21 seconds now on the clock. Just a brief moment. But they get off of it for a few seconds. With that, the body's starting to stack up over in towards B. LAG now have to start considering that maybe A is where they now lay the defense. Assault's trying to make something happen alone, just a little poke at the defense, but that's not going to be it. B's almost complete. Second tick finished. Now it all comes down to A.
Minute and 15 seconds to try to get towards this A point. A double stack over towards green. It's going to be Vivid and aBeZy working together. Vivid taking that gunfight against Octane. That is a bold call, but he might actually be able to get out. If Vivid can stay alive and get to the base, the spawn kills can be incredibly annoying to deal with. Vivid is now going to be a massive thorn in Seattle's side. And of course, on the flip side, Octane, the most aggressive player pushed up for his team, he gets taken down. The spawn trap once again here, and you can just see number 8 on the minimap, Gunless. He's looking everywhere. They have no idea where Vivid is. Still the potential for him to just be a massive problem on the map.
Vivid's still out and about. He's still going. Loony might catch him. There's Prestinni. Surely Loony gets the kill here, finally. But again, a lot of time purchased with that annoying play. aBeZy wins a nice big one up close. Now trying to play the Vivid role. Keep those spawners out. Gunfights through the mid-map, just being shot out. 25 seconds remaining for Seattle Surge to get themselves in on towards the A site. Life count not working out for him. 4 respawns remaining. And after that, it's all done. aBeZy wins a few in the middle. There are 2 respawns remaining. 1 now left for Seattle Surge. Octane does finally manage to get onto the point and stop the clock for now. Here comes the push, though. 2 members of LAG. Vivid's all it took to finally get him off. A few seconds now remaining. Chance, can anyone get there in time? I don't think it's going to be the case. We're going to a final round.
Going to a round 5, and of course the big question for those of you playing at home is who's going to get defense? I think honestly, if I had to take my guess, I'm pretty sure the Guerrillas are going to get it by a fairly decent margin. Defense is selected by whichever team gets more kills over the course of the first 4 rounds, ends up on D, which of course on Garrison. We know how impactful defense can be. So Seattle, they need to find some sort of answer and response. Honestly, just right from the get-go, off the opening break, they are constantly dealt with just so much mid-map pressure. I guessed incorrectly. I got it backwards. I guess the mental math, yeah, a few players negative on the side of the Guerrillas, and I guess it's all just even. So yeah, that does check out, does make sense. Nice job on the kills front. So that means for Guerrillas, they need to find a way to get out towards this A site eventually.
That first round wasn't very productive in the kills department from Seattle, so they had a couple of big ones there to keep things going. But that's it. In we go. Vivid finds his first kill. aBeZy trying to hold the defense in on towards B as tight as he possibly can. Vivid now trying to make something happen to the player on lights. What a nice poke that was. Ooh, second one not quite as effective. aBeZy's going to go for the immediate ghost trade. Gets that. Still trying to make sure that B is safe, and we like to see that. Seattle now trying to reposition for the attack. Here comes the capture. 1 tick done. aBeZy, beautiful work. Does find it. There's another player to be had here. It's on Octane. The tags now being exchanged. The nade is going to help, but Flak Jacket saves him only so far as the Semtex crush that little light corridor.
Of course, you see Gunless does get picked from top green, but there's a man, Prestinni, to fill in that slot. He wins a big one-on-one. Again, this top green control, the focal point of the map, just to make sure A never goes away. And Prestinni, while his teammates are getting a few kills, might be able to put himself in a nice spot, potentially for some spawn kills, of course, while there's Prestinni. aBeZy exists as well. 33 in 19, by the way, having himself a very strong game.
Fantastic control map so far. 44 seconds remaining on the clock with a quick contest. Silly trying to hold the line here. Unfortunate tags, but makes it work. Not a problem. Loony still on the point, going for the defense. Clears out the rest of B. 35 seconds remaining now. Even Stevens in life count. Trade starting to come through. Loony watching the bottom side of the vents. We've seen aBeZy find success before, and aBeZy going back for it. There's the bait. Now you know at least one player there. Try to now apply the pressure upstairs. Loony, quick transition. Shots in on Silly. Does win it. Does keep it safe. The clock keeps ticking.
And just beautiful on defense. Prestinni even pick up another 2 big kills. Defense is looking very strong. 15 seconds left on the clock. Vivid, though, does have top green control. Probably doesn't want to flood out towards A, but needs to make sure that he doesn't allow anyone to get up top, because Prestinni might be looking for it eventually. Of course, just 6 seconds left. The pause is there because the contest is on for a moment. Loony going on a flank, gets dealt with. Guerrillas, the opportunity is here.
Now they have to start looking in towards that B site. They've got to get on there. Octane's going to try and slow this one down. Very difficult to take the engagements from that lights corridor. Again, your shadow gives it away. Assault and Silly, man, that's a firing squad. They're lined up. They're like, yeah, dude, poke it. He can still just contest. You see that line of light on the floor. If he's inside that zone, he's dead. There it is. aB comes through. aB versus Loony. aB finds another kill. That's huge. That's going to be a capture at B now. Unbelievable. There's the full secure. An additional minute on the clock. aBeZy up over the top. Not able to find too much more. Silly now trying to get involved. And the life count, again, very, very tight as we go into this final minute of gameplay chance.
Yeah, and some big gunfights by Loony. The 2 street keys on kept both of those players away from the A point, so the opportunity to flood through green has eviscerated. Now you got to flood through the back, and the flood through the back is coming fast. Octane dealt with. You got 2 players sitting in the spawn. That means Octane, of course, when he spawns up, has more players to deal with. Vivid on the flank, able to pick up another. The player in the hill, Loony right now by his lonesome. Maybe 1 player in bricks, but the spawn kills are in. Guerrillas, great map control for the moment. Of course, though, aBeZy getting shot in the back. He's got to make a move, and he's got to do it fast.
Oh boy, he almost made that move. Prestinni will get it, though. There's the timer, still ticking away. Loony holds the line at the back, finds another second kill. That's so big. Still good to go. Trophy's down and about the final 20 seconds now, and we're going to see one last push from LAG to try to take this. Watch, 1 eye on the clock, 1 eye on the play. Gunless goes, oh! Gunless wins it against Vivid. That's big. Prestinni wins his as well. Final few moments. aBeZy, they're now stuck by bricks. They've got to go through the arches together. They're tagged up. It's not looking good. No one, oh! The contest can't even come through. Seattle Surge, they stand triumphant towards the end, and that's going to be the map. What a fun control. Hey, I can't lie to you, brother. This has been a treat. This is the Kickoff Classic. We know full well that it's essentially an exhibition match, but if this is anything anything, even a pinch, a slither of what we are to look forward to this season, it's going to be very exciting. What a fantastic control that was on Garrison. Quick look at the stats. A lot of love to Gunless. 36 and 29 overall. 39 and 25 for aBeZy there. Again, both players really running the show. However, again, very different weapons using that. We've seen some subby dominance coming out there, predominantly from aBeZy. A little bit of Krig mixed in there in Gunless. Just an absolute titan with that XM4. My word. Now, I would love to be able to impersonate Chance, but I'm not quite there yet. But it's going to be me just for a brief moment. We're almost ready to roll this one to a break. We do have map number 4 coming up just after this. It is going to be a Moscow hardpoint. Very, very exciting to see how this one goes. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you're enjoying the show. The Kickoff Classic hasn't disappointed. More COD right after this quick break.
You're actually gonna do this.
Oh, Joe! It tastes horrible, Joe.
It's disgusting.
It tastes like squirrel pee.
Why do you know what squirrel pee tastes like?
I don't, Joe.
Welcome to the brand new Call of Duty League.
Minnesota, it is time to rock the battle for the North.
Ravens just putting them down.
Florida gets the W. Prestinni wins the battle versus brother.
There's no time. There's no time at all left for Florida. And Atlanta FaZe defend their city.
When this global pandemic and COVID blows up, it leads to this new online format. Second team all year to win their home series event. Congratulations, Subliners. Envoy going big for the squad.
And that is a massive hole in Paris Legion's armor. I can't believe it. Envoy with 5. Simp does it again. Breaks another record.
It's Awakening's debut, and they go through FaZe, Empire, and Huntsman. One of the greatest debuts in the history of Call of Duty eSport.
Congratulations to the Florida Mutineers. Not only do you win your 3rd home series, you get 2 back-to-back. This championship weekend.
1v1! And Huntsman win it! Let's go!
Your 2020 Call of Duty League MVP is going to Shotzzy.
Yeah, I mean, this was crazy looking back at it, man.
It is time for the CDL Championship match. Seemingly nothing that he can do.
The inaugural season of the COD League was wonderful. It was a roller coaster.
On Kickoff Classic Sunday, just before that much anticipated Los Angeles Thieves versus OpTic Gaming match, our brand new group selection show will determine the groups and the match schedule for stage 1 of the regular season. During the group selection show, teams in Group A will select the teams in Group B via a reverse snake process. And let me tell you, friends, this is going to be fun. Very, very excited to see how this one goes down. Again, all the personalities on your screen, they're going to be throwing shade at each other. They're going to be talking trash. We cannot wait to see just how that goes down. My name is Miles Ross, and joining me, as always, the wonderful Chance Casts. First time I've ever called you Chance Cast, and I don't think I'll ever do it again, my brother. But Seattle Surge, LAG, Game 4. Coming up next, my friend, Moscow Hardpoint.
I'm looking forward to Moscow. I do want to backtrack because I'm pretty sure my OBS crashed in the middle of my explanation. Loony went off in case anyone was confused by what happened. aLLeY Guerrillas like go on the pinch to the control point. He's by himself. He goes on a 5 spree. So like just in case he didn't get the appropriate amount of credit for the plays he made to win his team that round, all the credit in the world. Loony went off. All right, anyway, Moscow. This is, by the way, the most rotational heavy hardpoint map we have in the game, if anyone was confused.
I mean,
frankly, just from like P2 to P3, yeah, Seaside is honestly a pretty good comparison. P2 to P3, across the map, it takes 9.5 years to get there. It is incredibly important to make sure your rotations are perfect.
Well, here we go. Davai, comrades, davai. Straight into Moscow. App's gonna get that first blood. Gunless, cut to pieces. Vivid, don't give a nothing. He's just on the run. Again, the map is quite a large one. There is a lot of space to be played with here. Central position right there. We call it the Metro. A big old statue of Vladimir Lenin. That's going to be the first point. The second, very, very close to where Vivid is here. This small courtyard by the back of the office building. We will see a decent contest. First hard point again. A lot of laneways in there. A lot of damage can be dealt. Loony's in a prime position to possibly take care of these LAG players. Vivid goes down. The trade's there. Once again, Apathy's trade. Solid position to be in right now, but the spawns are not. LAG spawning towards the south side of the map. They've got to make that long run up the boulevard to try to get back into the fight.
Most important 1v1 on the map, potentially right there. And Prestinni is going to win it, winning all of the crucial kills. And you can see why. Getting this control pressure over towards the back, but has 2 players to deal with. He wins the first. Is going to get taken down, and actually, well, I thought it had been the most important 1v1. The spawn sort of going in favor of Guerrillas, but now Prestinni is back in the action. He can find one. It's going to be Seattle actually inside the hill, and finally, it took an extra 15-20 seconds for any sort of stabilization to be there. The stabilization doesn't even happen because App is making plays, and Prestinni, once again, the man that has to get that final kill to get inside the point, and maybe finally a breath of fresh air, but no, not even rotations. Miles, this is straight up chaos.
This is mania. Again, for the really seasoned COD fans watching the minimap there, that was a fun one. Finally, though, the LAG, they are going to back on out. They're going to throw the towel in for now. They've done the damage. They honestly stopped Seattle Surge from getting a decent amount of time there. So, over towards the Fountain Hardpoint we go. Top left-hand side of the map, a monument to Soviet soldiers of the many wars they've fought in. And right now, LAG locked up and loaded. Loony just stopped there before he could cause any mischief. Vivid will be that player on point. Again, a super power position down low there by the bottom side. Vivid's POV. In on the hard point he is right now. He can peek up, take care of those players coming out of the top of the escalator. The Metro exit there. Prestinni trying to make his way in through Bang right now. And this is a tough hard point to break.
One of the most difficult in the game, if not outright the most difficult. A lot of pressure being put in towards the back, but you can see in the feed, Guerrillas handling it very well. And even when they're getting that Esky spawn, you think it's spawning out, but not really. It means you don't have to worry about the front. You know, all the pressure's coming in the back, and effectively, this has been a full 60. I think maybe a few seconds have been given away when the player hops off just to make sure you actually keep the map control, but job well done by the Guerrillas. Down by a ton, right back in this game. And of course, on that rotation, you see a ton of fights happening over towards this bank area. Prestinni, right now, the lone man inside. Frankly, they need to take him down, need to deal with him. They don't. He's able to play his life, doing a nice job, trying to make sure they can keep control of this street hill. And maybe Vivid on the flank can make a play. He's able to pick up one, but the trade is there from Gunless. Now we're back to our bank, the most important thing.
Ooh, he almost managed to get out there. That was a wonderful bit of work there. Again, buying time right now. Seattle Surge in control of the boulevard. Assault's going to find Loony just up close. Does just about get it. Quickly to boot. Octane's up next. Nice shots downrange. This is the boulevard hardpoint. Very, very open space. Look at that left-hand side of the screen. That big sort of rust-colored bus. A very prime power position to be in. After he can't get the business done there in the office, he goes down. Assault from the bus, trying to push those players back. Again, currently an open hardpoint right now. No one in there. Expect to see a little bit more of that. Loony still in control of the office. He can peek in and out and deal a lot of damage. Silly. A little bit of crossfire there from Assault. Finally takes him down. And Seattle Surge, a big old lead they had, starting to dwindle. And this is the first time we're really seeing LAG manage to get on the point. Not a very productive hard point for either team, but a great contest either side.
And an interesting spawn, by the way, just came in from Loony. He's going to be behind enemy lines. The Guerrillas, I don't know if they're going to be aware. Maybe when a couple players come off spawn, they'll have more of an idea. But either way, inside the point, Seattle, quite a few kills. Loony now has street control. It's really just Eskies that's going to be open. Prestinni going on a flank, though, to shoot a couple players in the back. And Gunless, he knows his job just to stay alive. Unfortunately for him, Loony loses his one-on-one to Vivid. That allows Vivid to take down at least the player in the hill, which is enough to get Guerrillas inside the point. Of course, they want to be able to flip these spawns as well, but still racking up some time, able to retake that lead. Try to bump it up just a little bit as Seattle have one more push.
aBeZy, they're making a lot out of this hard point. They really are. It's not an easy one to get time on, and they're doing it. Octane trying to hold that streak down, but there's trouble behind him, and it's Assault. Gonna swap out that position, and that may as well be spawns right then and there. You are going to see LAG in control of this next hard point for now. The break could be good. Oh, I was going to say it's number 6. The player in the street. That's a very important position. Until he finds one. Trying to keep the street safe, but that's the flood from Seattle Surge making their way through. 2 of them have managed to get the kills. Now 2 through top Eskies. This could be massive. The spawns are going to be great there from LAG. You see him spawning very, very close to the hard point, top right-hand side. 2 players now for the Seattle Surge through the south side of the map. 1 through the middle and 1 through the top. Prestinni. He's going to be the one to try to find the kills. The south side of the map, the battle's won, and it all comes down to Vivid. He wins his 1v1. So with that, a semblance of control. It's looking a little dire. He could make a play, though, from this position.
And this is one of the strangest P2s we might ever see, at least for quite some time. Vivid on the paint, trying to look for kills. Him and Assault able to pick up one piece. And, well, now they can sort of just potentially spawn Seattle in the back. Well, Seattle doesn't get the back spawn, so a couple players for them can rotate to new. Meanwhile, Guerrillas looking for these final 20 seconds. It's a 2-2 on point. Vivid just has the one to win against Octane. Shreds them with the 74U. Final couple seconds going their way. And as strange of a hill that was, a big part of the reason where they're able to get this setup, at least initially, was because aBeZy did sneak through their setup. So credit where credit is due. Of course, though, we talk about a hill for a full 60. Seattle's here first. Octane inside the hill. He's looking through the front. Gunless just needs to make sure he keeps bank control under wraps, and as a player spawns up behind him, he can now move forward and help out his teammates.
That was the nade from Gunless that took care of Cellium in the bank there. So now you're starting to eliminate the options that the LAG have now to make an attack. aBeZy trying to make something work out now through the back alleyway. 2 players up ahead of him. He is tagged up heavily, 11 HP. He's no good to anyone dead right now. And here comes the push through the front, and it is a massacre. Seattle Surge, they gun them all down. They keep the hard point ticking. And with that, I mean, we could honestly see a change in the lead. They can hold on to this point for now. This has been a wonderful turn of events. They have just managed to tighten up the hard point gameplay chance. A final 20 here. And the chances of them actually managing to make a break is looking a little slim.
I will say, man, Prestinni's been looking great. Of course, on the flip side, the same could be said for Vivid. I think a lot of players have had their moments, but on this street hill, you see gold pressure is going to be key. 2 players from either team, and each of them win their ones. And Nate is able to finish off Prestinni, and over towards Bank, Silly's able to get that. So it is just the rat room you have to deal with. And again, that bank control ever so important. Silly's got a lot on his plate. He feels the pressure and backs up. Now you got double ARs looking over top. Prestinni from down low with the sub, though. Right gun for the job. Able to get those entry kills, but that hill control still for the Guerrillas.
Still for the Guerrillas, and right now it just comes down to trust for Assault. He's got to hold this position alone and trust that his teammates behind him will keep him safe for as long as possible. And right now, the gunfights go in the way of Gunless. He manages to get 3 before being taken down there. That was 5 in a row. Unbelievable stuff. The final 25 seconds of this hard point. I mean, at this point in time, it's looking very Surge control. Silly trying to find something there at the front. If he can catch that player and kill him, stop the clock for now. But this hard point is getting closer and closer by the second.
The final bit of contest time coming through, but frankly, this might just set up one team if they get enough kills just to rotate for new. You can already see on the map, aBeZy being very diligent. He's trying to get Eskies control for when this hill pops, so he knows his teammates don't have to worry about that. Big 2-piece coming in from Silly as well. That means early hill control, clean and easy on the side of Guerrillas. You got number 5 on the minimap, Vivid. He's responsible for the street. You got Assault in the hill trying to piece where he can. And of course, you got to make sure it's delicate and you don't flip spawns, because once that street opens up just a little bit, things might get problematic for Guerrillas. And just like that, Prestinni gets the back spawn. So long term, this is good as the pressure on the hill comes through. Seattle in a great spot after P1.
Yeah, great cleanup there. I mean, you name it, every trophy completely made safe. The hard point, 20-odd seconds remaining here. They do manage to lose that one player in the point, so someone's got to leave their position and dive on in. But no, the Guerrillas managed to come in and snatch it up. The contester's going to be there for a brief moment. Prestinni got off his perch. Now into the fight. He goes down. Trades are there. Once again, Gunless slaying his heart out here on Moscow. It's going to be Vivid trying to find his way in towards the final 5 seconds now of this hard point. But you have to try to make the break in towards this courtyard. Prestinni inside the apartments. He's going to be posted up in this position. You've got one player up towards the top side Obviously, Loony looks like on the minimap, he's making his way around on the flank now. Gunless is watching the Boulevard Street at the backside. Beautiful shots. Prestinni's already in position on the flank, and just like that, a clean 4. The spawns are going to be in way out. I'm not sure what the Russian for Narnia is, but that's where they are. They've got to make a long and painful walk across the map now, Chance, and this is a great opportunity for Surge to honestly take this one back.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful, and anytime you get a player over towards Globe for the spawn kills, you're feeling great on P2. All of these Surge players coming up off spawn, aBeZy might want to try to force it through, and well, they do take down Octane, but still that pressure inside. The hill, Loony and Prestinni are there. Prestinni with 2 himself. Octane from the grave of the trophy system, able to get the final 1. A damn near perfect hill over on P2 is going to put the Surge in a very good spot to potentially win the game. Of course, though, we're going to that full 60 kind of hill, so maybe not. You see Guerrillas with the early setup. That elbow control, Prestinni trying to bust his way through, assault the final man in the back.
Man, this is starting to heat up. All things considered, Seattle Surge, they made a valiant effort to try to stop the resurgence here. They've still got players to go. 3 men now pushing through the Boulevard. The 4th spawns way back on towards the 2nd, but it's going to be a number 5. Vivid, that's a huge kill to open this fight up. He knows where those other players are coming from. Quick check round the corner, dips on out. Beautiful play from the young man. Now you've got to stop the push, working its way through middle. It falls down to Cellium in the gunfight. Over he goes by the fence, finds 1, finds the 2nd as well. Cellium holding the line, but still Surge keep going. It's on a Prestinni now, and Vivid has got his number. That could well be it, Chance. The final few seconds. Octane's got to kill them all, get on the point, and stop the contest right now. Otherwise, we are going to our first Game 5. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, good God. Oh, yeah, it is right, I suppose. Just to show you the stress of how complicated this is to keep up with. Even I was thinking the full 60 on the P2 was great, but then you realize, oh man, the other team, the Guerrillas, they only needed, what, 35, 40 points to win. We're going into the most difficult hill to break. And Guerrillas just able to get there first because of the spawn outs to get the rotation, and they got close. I think it was Assault at one point was by himself. He wins the one-on-one against Prestinni. You get the clearance and you get the job done, but it is incredibly difficult for these players to balance exactly what rotations you need to make when you need to make them. But that was an incredibly impressive try from Seattle. I would say on that P2 hill, they played it incredibly well, but unfortunately just not anyone able to sneak on by to get to P3. But either way, a fantastic game for both teams.
Man, I'm loving it. We love us some Comp COD, and this has been a treat so far. Game 5 coming up after this one. Quick look at those stats on your screen there for your numbers, guys. We know you're out there, but we're loving this so far. Chance, you called it, mate. I mean, it's those little moments, it's those tiny plays. It always has been, but Moscow, heavy rotation, heavy map. If you want to make it to the next hard point, set your clock, about 30 seconds, go for it. It's a long run to some of those. Big Game 5 coming up now, though. Seattle Surge versus LAG here in the Kickoff Classic. Don't go anywhere. More COD coming up after the break.
Call of Duty League is presented by Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. Brought to you by USAA Insurance, auto, renters, and home insurance that's made to help the military community protect what they've worked hard for.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time for our very first Game 5 of the Kickoff Classic. We have a absolute humdinger, the Los Angeles Guerrillas versus the Seattle Surge. Matt, we're flying through these games, mate. We are flying through these, and I love it. Myself and Chance, very excited to get through this one. And again, that Game 5 coming up just like a moment. It feels like we were there with the players in the lobby, really rock and roll. No one's wasting any time, brother. Take a little deep breath. We're all tied up. Chance, how you been? What a cool series.
It has been a good series. And just because, again, this is exhibition, there's not CDL points on the line, there's not money on the line. It's just to get a feel for things, to get used to that sort of tournament atmosphere and environment. Positive takeaways from both teams. I mean, through and through, right? Like, obviously a fantastic hard point. Seattle Surge made it incredibly close towards the end, but that final hill is difficult to break. I would say a very solid search and destroy we saw as well. Obviously the Surge get the win. We saw a couple nice plays coming in from aBeZy though. It's genuine across the board. You can be optimistic for both of these teams. They have both looked very good when they've had their moments.
Oh, dude, and that's been the nicest thing. Again, the storyline here is like a lot of people are like, oh, these are the bottom teams in the league. Oh, come on, man. These guys are like, these are all great players, great teams. This is the opportunity for now to shed what happened last season and really show us all that they've got what it takes to hang. And right now, we're seeing moments of brilliance from both squads. I am a fan. I am truly a fan. And if this is anything to go by in this Game 5, I'll say it again. It's going to be a great year, Chance.
Oh, it's going to absolutely be a great year. I'm already thinking of like what the top 5 plays from the day have been, just because there's been exciting gameplay. Obviously, iLLeY's 1v3 gets in the mix. Even the 1v2 that iLLeY had in the control is up there. But dude, I'm telling you.
I think that was the 1v3 in control
The 5 spree though that Loony had.
Oh,
the 5 spree Loony had in the control, like that seals the deal for me.
Bruh.
Even more than the 1v3, I think.
Don't forget aBeZy searches. I mean, bruh, there's just so much going on.
That's a good point. That is a good
point.
point.
We've had a very good day. All right, here we go. Game 5. Everyone just breathe. Here's the view from top caution. Prestinni just hanging out here toward the left-hand side inside Vents room. Bomb teetering. And again, Garrison, you have the advantage, you have to press it. But right now, it is a standoff. No one is moving. Everyone's got guns everywhere. They're all watching for that one opportunity. And oh, there's an opportunity. And for Gunless, takes it. No mom spaghetti, no nothing. Nails that one. Vivid's now lost at a complete angle, so the LAG have now got to work with the information that they no longer have. aBeZy trying to make his way forward, hearing those barrels be destroyed by the B-bomb site. Oh, aBeZy, turn around. He's there, App. You can hear him. Players everywhere. aBeZy, no problem whatsoever. Oh, bomb down as well. Prestinni though. Back and forth we go. 20 seconds remaining. Here we go, Chance. 3v2.
Top green is open, by the way. I think Gunless is going to be at least partially responsible for it. Bomb player is going to get taken down. Last man. It's going to be Cellium, able to run away. The bomb has time to get planted, though. 1v2 for Cellium.
Gets it! Absolutely nails it. Cellium with his sneakers on, sprinting around the side of the map. The kill couldn't be found. The bomb didn't get down fast enough, and Cellium just stops the bomb being armed to win the round.
That's actually insane. That is, we would have to hear the comms from the players, because obviously Cellium originally was in top green, so that's what Octane is trying to avoid planning for, so he goes for that weird angle. But then the rotation just comes out from Cellium, and whoever that was supposed to be defending Octane, really top green is the only thing he could watch, so communication on that a little bit tough, but obviously you get a half second to make that decision. But big plays coming out with the Guerrillas on defense. Once again, man, it is the same thing we saw in the raid. Very clean, very smart. And the first blood by way of Vivid.
Nice little bit of crossfire there. Cellium managed to get one bullet in. Loony now, aggressive through the middle of the map. Octane's going to poke the eyes out of Cellium by top tank there. And now Loony, oh boy! Cuts down Vivid just before being able to get to safety. Assault by top catwalk now. The numbers are starting to thin out for both squads. 2v2, Octane and Gunless playing very far apart, whereas the attacking team, the LA Guerrillas, they are close together in Assault and aBeZy. And it could be a double A battering ram, but Octane, oh boy, deals the damage. No kills though. Gunless in the position to maybe get the pinch. Beautiful nade. Just off the sidewall there. Takes care of aBeZy. 2v1. All onto Assault now.
30 seconds left. He has no idea where Octane ran to. He might actually come up behind both of these players. Octane free kill. He knows Gunless was top green because he threw the nade. So we should have some idea.
Oh, but dude.
But you can see he's worried about Gunless potentially going over towards caution, full flanks. He has to clear out so much. He has no idea where Gunless is at.
He's just looked the wrong way. And right now, I mean, he's got to think about the bomb. He could potentially get the bomb down now. Will Gunless go for the... No, he's not got it. He's not got it. He's expecting Gunless to make the push. He's checking the wrong way, and the clock's gone. Oh, there he is. There you were the whole time. A guessing game that neither player got, but Gunless on defense with the advantage.
And honestly, just a delicate position, man. Even if he peeks out a little bit farther, maybe would have had the angle, but either way, 2 nail-biter rounds. And again, you can already see just how important information is going to be, especially with no snipers. On a map like this, these rounds are going to drag out quite a bit because getting picks is not going to be easy, really from either direction, unless one team really wants to try to hammer through the middle of the map. But very sort of stagnant setup, nice little map control coming out from the Guerrillas. They got everything they want, player and square watching the crossover towards bomb. I believe aBeZy once again living inside events. And should you elect to try to push through green, well, Silly's going to be there and waiting. Neither team giving away anything.
Ambient sound of Garrison right now is the only thing accompanying these players. And aBeZy makes it all the way into vents. Prestinni. Oh dear. Salt just puts him on his back, cuts him down immediately. And like that, aBeZy's like, I'm going. In and out he goes. Easy poke. Loony now, just trying to chill bottom mid. Cuts the ribbons. What a fantastic round. LAG can do no wrong right now. Last player left is Octane, and the guns are all over him. Guerrillas, a fantastic round of search.
Yeah, and aBeZy just putting in work inside events as well. Even in the previous round, again, he was one of the guys that got the first picks. And you can see how important of a spot that is. You got guys like Loony who are just like crouch walking up, praying that he can flank aBeZy from inside vents, but it's just such a problematic position to deal with. I think one of the only things you can really attempt to do on offense to take these players down is like jump up on a floating tank and normally look for a snipe. If not, you got to have a laser beam of a shot, but fence control, very important. Prestinni top green. Nade does not connect on him, but I believe he was spotted.
Yeah, I was going to say, if they saw him, I'm not sure, dude. He may have...
Actually, yeah, maybe not with the stun check. Yeah, they have no idea.
Yeah, they snuck through. So Prestinni in a premium position right now. Silly, again, holding down that top tank spot. Slight exchange of gunfire here. Prestinni, man, he could honestly turn this round on its head as these players start to push past him. Oh, there it is. Silly just got a tickle. aBeZy once again in the vents. Driving through. He's always down there. The vent cam. Loony now trying to make his way in back towards that B site again. Knowledge that aBeZy's probably in there, but the bomb and these players of LAG, slight transition right now. aBeZy in assault. Eyes on towards lights, making sure that B bomb site's still open. And it's Silly still by that floating tank position, just making sure that no one gets in the top green and no one applies pressure from that part of the map.
Oh, nice job by aBeZy right there too. The barrel gets exploded, but he was able to put himself on the correct side of the bomb to avoid death. Assault making sure to watch over his teammate. He's alive for just the moment. And Vivid, beautiful job to take down Loony. Bomb gets planted. 2v4 for Gunless and Octane.
Ooh, hold on.
Make it a 1v4 and dealt with just for a moment. Maybe potentially making things interesting, but you see the player toward lights as well. Just completely controlled. They knew exactly what they wanted to do. And you know that green is the final thing open in the end as well. Hence Vivid checking it out, but nice job done. And again, credit to aBeZy. He is the one that is in the mix around the bomb, dodging exploding barrels, just making plays happen. Always in the thick of it.
And he's definitely been around the block a few times when it comes to search and destroy. And in the Guerrillas, it's looking good. We saw Seattle Surge make a fantastic comeback on Raid. Can they do the same again here now on Garrison? And it is a 3-man push towards B. They're going in. Assault, one, finds them up. aBeZy still down low. Prestinni will recover the bomb for now. We are going to slowly but surely reposition now for the Guerrillas. Again, anticipating a lot more pressure through mid, and that seems to be the gambit right now. Octane down low, Prestinni up high, Gunless backing him up from the very corner of caution there. And this play, it slowed him right down. This could be another round win. Surge have got to turn this around quick. Hello! Ooh, the trades, Chance, the trades. But it's not good enough. Surge, it all comes down to Octane. Oh, make it a 1v1, he can find that kill. Nice move, though. Silly has no idea. It's fine, though. He's got the gunny. Oh.
Gunny on point. And I will say again, aBeZy is the one making plays, and they coordinated this perfectly. In my mind, the bait and switch, I was like, well, that's kind of unnecessary. You have map control, you have the man advantage. What are you doing it for? Gunless gets 2, and I was like, oh no, it's going to fall apart. aBeZy pops out of vents, shoots a player in the back, keeps the man advantage, bombs down in a bad spot. Octane buys lonesome. It is just clinical work right now from the Guerrillas. And at least in that last round, the first blood was a massive part of it. Seattle Surge, they need to find some sort of pick, because they've been able to get in good spots. This time, triple stacking up towards green, trying to bully out Silly. They're going to be flying. Meanwhile, Vivid on the flip side, able to pick up 1. Outside of green, though, they're able to find 2. 2 versus 2.
Ooh, Loony. One more bullet into aBeZy. Just one more. Nade might do it. There it is. Loony with a nice aggressive round. Assault up's next. It could be a 3rd kill for Loony. There it is. A strange but exciting round of Search there. Seattle Surge are like, all right, 3-man B didn't work. 3-man A. Woo, we got it. A slight change chance, but I mean, look, it definitely caught LAG unaware. They didn't have a decent strategy to handle that.
Yeah, nice nades as well from Loony making the play, but that is just straight up a bully strat. Like, you are incredibly concerned if the player can get to the top tank, he can get that angle into green first. And if you're lining up like that, trying to fly out, you do run the risk of getting 2 or 3 piece, but they hit it incredibly well, had the confidence. And again, just straight bullying him out, because that's one of the biggest focal points, man. Again, green control is huge, and if you can push out past it and get behind enemy lines, trying to get that bomb down next to impossible on the B site. Now Seattle need to figure out something to do on offense, try to get aggressive. Last time they got picked off. Loony, just an incredibly small mistake, but a very costly one at that. Gives away his life. First blood to the Guerrillas.
I like it's a deep defense now from the Guerrillas. They were like, let's just let them fly at us. We're going to chill. They're going to make the first mistake. And that's exactly what happens. If it's still in this position, old iron boots right now, not moving anywhere. Get to recover the bomb from that top position, I think. On board with Octane now. Prestinni will finally grab the bomb back. Again, deep defense for LAG.
And looking at the setup too, like Assault is so far back in the map, he can watch the mid highly push, so you don't really need a body square because Assault's got that covered. aBeZy obviously is the bomb because he's under vents, and there's just so much you got to do. You got to take care of aBeZy again, the Reaper down low.
You might have to start calling this little part of the map Hades or Hell or something, because App's the devil from down here. Yoink, there's another. One more. Give it to him. That's going to be match point for the Los Angeles Guerrillas. Here on Garrison. Boy, howdy. This is a fun one.
And again, with the no smokes, no snipers, it's just incredibly difficult if you give away a first blood. And like when I say small mistake from Loony, he shoulder peeked for half a second and he just gets ripped off the catwalk heady. But as soon as that happens, again, Guerrillas, if you give him the setup, they're going to be on point. Assault's so far back in the map, he's never really going to die. He can cover over his teammates. Like Guerrillas, when they're in their spots, just efficient work. And they're so tired of aBeZy, they double stack vents.
We must defeat him. Send everyone. Nice first blood. Yeah, Loony and Prestinni, like, there is no way he gets down here, dude. There's no way. Wait, Vivid's going to pinch? Oh, nice shots from Loony. Great stuff. 2v2, though. Loony's hurt. Repositions immediately. We still have Gunless, so it looks to be top green-ish. Loony is very, very cautious right now on this approach. Silly, looking to make his way maybe towards that backside of green. Bomb still in the hands of Assault, who's, again, lingering over towards that B-bomb site. At this point, you're freaking out. You're like, where are they? Oh, there he is. Loony, just caught out in the open. Gunless, 1v2 to keep the series alive. 1v1 to keep the series alive with just over 20 seconds on the clock. Bomb still in the hands of Assault. Here it comes. to keep the series alive. Gunless gets it done.
Dude, nice plays from Gunless. Good lord. 1v2 is nice. You could see that Silly, I think, vaguely had an idea that Gunless was around green, but they weren't quite sure if they had their side pushed out. Obviously, that's why Assault was able to spot Loony, because they were worried about that side. Silly just doesn't know where to look. Nice 1v1 coming out from Gunless. And I will say that it is 2 different rounds where Assault doesn't go for the bomb plant in the situation where he's the last man. So Gunless maybe playing the man on the other side of the screen just a little bit there.
No more mistakes really allowed right now for Seattle Surge. They've got to go all in. Slow approach. Prestinni, again, checking corners. Throwing shoulders right now. Just in and out, in and out. He takes tags, he takes hits. He can escape without really any fear there. But guess who's in the vents? That's right. It's aBeZy. Quads like a superhero. Move in that position, I'm telling you. Just do it for 3 seconds. Tell me it's not hard. Has he exposed himself too much here, though? He's so close to Prestinni. Potential here for disaster. Oh, no, that's fine. Back in he goes. In silence.
Back to the same spot. You get blooded. What can you do? Prestinni's in lights, but aBeZy's such a problem. Vivid a force on the map. 2v4, 25 seconds left.
And Vivid, you know, he moves around so much more. aBeZy just lying in wait still. Silly now. Trying to comb out. Here the shots. Prestinni last player left alive in lights. And the lights are about to go out. If we can get a shot or two, that is it. The Guerrillas getting it done in game 5, 6-3. The complete opposite of what it was on Raid. And you gotta hand it to them. It was at times clinical, at times predictable. But at the end, a win's a win. Lovely stuff from both teams there. Little glimmers of magic either side, Chance. And I mean, I'll say it for the 900th time today. It's going to be a good year.
Yeah, and I mean, again, just all in good fun. There's no points on the line, so it's just fun to see. Definitely one of those games, though, that if I'm ever playing against the Guerrillas on Garrison, I think I know where aBeZy is going to be. And even if you know, he is obviously not easy to deal with, constantly making the smart plays. aBeZy looking just in fantastic form in a game that potentially is going to suit him incredibly well. But hey, there you go. Grills, 3-2 win. Some good matches the whole way through. Was what a control that came down to the wire. I think the second hard point game was a matter of 20 points between the two. So just enjoyed the day of Call of Duty, Miles.
How sweet it must be for app to stick it to his old team like that. Exciting start here in the Kickoff Classic. 1 series left. We've only got 1 left. We've done it. We've gone through 2 bangers, a 3-0 and a 3-2. What could the next one be? It's going to be fun, regardless. But Chance, you're right, mate. It was a good one. The Guerrillas, though, the Guerrillas, very, very exciting stuff. Now we have an old fan favorite for you, boys and girls. It's going to be our Scuff play of the game coming up in just a moment. It was that final round. Little bit of goods either side. The magic from the Los Angeles Guerrillas. I mean, making the Seattle Surge just look like lost in that final round, Chance, like totally clueless.
And frankly, again, we get a lot of credit to aBeZy just for like the vent plays he had the entire game. He did get first blood in this round, but really Vivid, I think he picked up 2 of the 4 kills in this round. He got quite a few first bloods to his name. He was opening things up, and I think Vivid finished with 11 kills towards the end. So we talked about a search and destroy, how good it was last year, towards the top of the league in the game, but not top 5, probably not top 10, but starting to be in that conversation. Great performance right there. Trying to let it ride.
Mate, what a series it was. Well, we have 1 final series coming up after this one. And, you know, before we get to that one, we have a very, very special tribute to Pharaoh, which we'll be showing you after the break, I should say, when it comes back. Very, very excited to see how that one goes. 1 series left today. Don't go anywhere, friends. We'll see you after the break.